You can't have freedom anywhere if you don't have it everywhere. And I don't just mean that morally, I mean it structurally. Because freedom isn't just a value people talk about, it's a system. It lives in laws, institutions, rights, and due process. And once that system starts making exceptions, there are two ways this spreads. The first is internal. It's when a system starts treating groups under different legal realities. And that's part of why what's happening in Palestine matters right now. According to Reuters and Al Jazeera, on March 30th, Israel passed a law that makes death by hanging the default sentence for Palestinians convicted in military courts of deadly attacks. From what's being reported, it requires execution within 90 days, removes clemency or pardon, and only allows life imprisonment in vague, special circumstances. And the structure here matters. This isn't happening in a neutral court system. This is happening through military courts in the occupied West Bank, which human rights groups have been criticizing for years. Reuters points to extremely high conviction rates, concerns about due process, concerns about coercion. So this isn't just a harsh punishment. It's the harshest punishment, being formalized inside an already unequal system. And that's the real issue. Because once a legal system shows that it can treat one group differently, it's already changed what that system is. At that point, rights aren't universal. They're conditional. But that's only one way this spreads. Because oppression doesn't just expand within systems, it also travels between them. There's a concept for this. The Imperial boomerang. The idea comes from Aimé Césaire. And more recently, writers in places like The Guardian and Boston Review have been unpacking it. The basic idea is simple. The methods used to control one population don't stay there. They come back. Not always in identical form, but the tools travel. Historically, you can see this really clearly. As Boston Review points out, colonial counterinsurgency shapes domestic policing. Wars like Vietnam fed into SWAT teams, militarized police, and expanded use of force. And the War on Terror expanded surveillance and detention powers at home. And you can see versions of this right now. Look at immigration enforcement in the US. ICE has massively expanded detention. Tens of thousands of people held at any given time. Legal groups have raised concerns about aggressive stops, blurred constitutional boundaries, and increasing coordination between federal immigration authorities and police, and even the style of enforcement. Masked agents, unclear identification, fear-based compliance starts to look more and more like militarized systems of control. Now, this isn't identical to what's happening in Palestine, but that's kind of the point. It doesn't have to be identical. It's a toolkit. Militarized enforcement, expanded state power, and even the language travels. As Electronic Intifada points out, phrases like war on terror or security threat don't just describe reality, they reshape it. They make it easier to treat certain people as outside normal rights. So these are two different mechanisms. One is internal, where the law itself splits into different realities for different people. The other is external, where the tools and tactics of control move across borders and come back in new forms, but they lead to the same place. If rights only apply to some people, they can be taken from anyone. And if a system can make exceptions elsewhere, you shouldn't assume you'll never be one of them.